Ross, I got Netflix up. Let's start our Stakelander double bill. Woo!
Oh, Freako, what the hell?
I just said Stakeland and Stakeland 2, Stakelander. Hey, are you going to review them after?
But, yes, I'll be out in a minute. God, can I ever have a shit in peace? Okay there YouTube, so it's a Revolting Review. So yes, today I'm reviewing Stakelander and its sequel Stakelander 2, Stakelander. I thought of doing these separately, but I thought, you know what, sod it, I'll do a double review. So, yes, first I'm going to do Stakelander. So, written and directed by Jim Mickle, also, and co-written by Nick Demicky or something, starring Nick Demicky, Connor Paulo, is that how you pronounce it? Michael Carveris or something, Sean Nelson, Kelly McGillis, and of course Danielle Harris. So this is a indie horror film set in a post-apocalyptic future where the earth is ruled by vampires and it's a matter of survival. So what did I like? Well, I like the story. You know, it's like, I'm thinking zombie apocalypse, only it's a vampire apocalypse. The vampires in this sort of look like those from Dusk Till Dawn, almost, only more human-like in the face, more, but also demonic-like in the face, so not quite human, and they burn in the sun. So, what did I like on this? Well, I've just said the vampires, they were okay. I also thought, you know, Nick Demicky, he did a great performance as a guy called the Mister. I'm not 100% sure if that's what his character's called in the first one, but it is in the second. Also, we have Connor Paulo, who is like the lone survivor at first, surviving in the world ruled by vampires and stuff, and you know, he's on a mission to get to Canada, go far as north as possible, because that's where a safe haven is, I think. Also Danielle Harris, you know, I mean, beautiful as ever, and also playing a pregnant woman and a country singer in it. She comes into it like halfway into the film, but still her screen time is great. Yeah, and I do like the Scream Queen actress. So my dislikes, I didn't like how it just seemed to drone on a bit. It did have some climaxes and stuff, but you know, some parts of the film were just a bit boring. I remember watching it the other night on my Netflix. I eventually got bored and just went on my phone, just watching it like that. Yeah, so the middle bits sort of bored me a bit, but apart from that, it was an okay horror film. You know, I mean, I attempted to watch this a few years ago, but I thought, oh, I can't be arsed, it's boring. But then I'm glad I actually went back and gave it a second chance, because I thought it was fairly okay and good. Would I recommend this? Yeah, I would say if you like post-apocalyptic stuff and that, and zombie apocalypse films, even though this is vampires, yeah, I would recommend it. So, yeah, with that all being said, I'm going to give Stakelander a, let's see, I'm going to give it 3.5. 3.5 stakes out of 5. Next, we go to my review of Stakelander 2, or Stakeland 2, the Stakelander. So this one, again, was an indie one, made for TV. It was a sci-fi original film, directed by Dan Burke and Robert Olson, written by and starring Nick DeMickey, and also starring Connor Paulo or something, and Laura Amberson or something. So this is a sequel. So thinking that Mr. is dead, he comes back. I don't know, because this one I didn't think was as good as the first one. Probably because, you know, I don't know. I just much prefer the first one to the second one. But yeah, in this, it's like a couple of years on, humans and people are a bit more corrupt, and it's like thinking, you know, humans are threats just as much as the vampires are now, because it's like that in Walking Dead, you know, means of survival. So, yeah. But I thought it was okay. A little bit of a boring start, a bit of a boring middle act, I think, in my opinion. This is just my opinion alone. And also quite, just not really as good, really. So, we'll go on to my likes. I liked Nick DeMickey's performance in it as the Mister. He did a great job, I think, of his acting and that. Also, he writ the film. Connor Paulo, he's alright, and that, I guess, a bit more tougher this time round. But, yeah, I think he did a solid job. Laura Abra, you know, the woman I mentioned, she plays a character called Lady. Do you know what? It's like one of these films that I've seen, but I can't remember for the life of me what happens much in it. I do remember not a lot happening in it. It did have a few good scenes in it, like a campfire scene where these monks that worship this vampire queen. So we know the vampires can think and stuff. But for me, this one, it just wasn't all there for me. I mean, I just thought, not my kind of sequel. But I do recommend it to anyone. If you like the first one, I guess you'll like this second one, I'm guessing. But it wasn't for me. So for that, I'm going to give it 3 stakes out of 5. And that has been my revolting review on both the Stakelander movies. Be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I know this film was recommended by the Horror Guru, if you're watching, which I said I would upload a review on that on. Here it is. And so huge shout out to him. And also be sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Also, all my social media links are down below. Facebook group, you're free, you're welcome to join it. So yeah, until next time, don't have nightmares.
Well, time to finish the defecation process.
Hey Freako, I had a word with Captain Skullhead. He's willing to, well, listen to what you have to say and that. Is that fine? Tomorrow?
Why, that's fine, Ross. Say, can't you ever watch me have a shit in peace?
It's okay, it's okay. He said a month tops. It's not been a month yet.